Everyone, what's going on? It's Cole, and I'm here with. I'm going to be sharing today how to import your photos. I'm going to share with you how I can cull an entire portrait session in only 4 or 5 minutes. And what culling means, just so you understand, is that's basically the process of going through everything that you took from a session and then sorting out and throwing out the bad shots and then basically being left with the keepers. So that's what we're going to do today. And you can see on this shoot right here, if I go into this mode, we have 210 photos. I spent about 45 minutes on the shoot, 2 different locations, 45 minutes total, that is. So it's very, pretty boom, boom, and to the point. And then we're going to cull all the images in about 4 or 5 minutes. And then then I'll be able to edit them, which I know takes me on average around 20 minutes. So the key, though, there's actually 2 secrets with how I'm able to do it very, very, very fast, and we're going to talk about that. Now, the very first secret, and this is an important one, you see this little icon here, it says Embedded Preview. Now, if you go to import your photos, and I click the import button, you can see that over here on the right-hand side, so you're obviously going to find your memory card or pick whatever on this side, what you want to import, but here you're going to want to pick Embedded in Sidecar, and the reason why is in the newest Lightroom version, which I'm in Lightroom Classic CC, the embedded in sidecar option has just been tremendously helpful in basically it automatically brings in an embedded preview, a JPEG preview of your image. So even though I'm shooting on 36 megapixel files, in the past Lightroom versions, when you're going and trying to view a photo at full size, it gives you that little image rendering symbol. And it would take a second or 2 seconds sometimes before it pops up. No more. It's literally blazing fast now. You don't need a program like Photo Mechanic or anything like that. You're going to see that right now Lightroom is now fast enough, even on my slow and bogged down old computer, to still process these very fast. But you have to pick Embedded in Sidecar here on the Build Preview option. So anyways, I already imported the photos. Let me X out of here. And that's why they have this look right here. Okay, so now that's secret number 1, by the way, is the build previews have to be embedded in Sidecar. Now, secret number 2 is really more of a process or workflow technique. Is basically I like to view the photos at full size, okay, just like this. And what I'm going to explain to you is the secret, really, to culling very fast is you have to have your you have to basically make the decision process a yes or no. You can't be thinking, should I make this a blue color? Should I make this one red? Is this one like a 4-star or this one a 1-star? Literally, the photo is a yes or a no. Is it a keeper or not? And if it's a maybe, then in your head you give it a yes and you come back to it on the next round. Okay? So now in terms of what you can't see right now is my right hand is going to be on the arrow keys on my keyboard. So I can flip through fast like this. Okay? Now my left hand is going to be on, my finger's going to rest on the P key, okay? So it's going to rest on the P key, so I can literally flag it, as you see there, and that means yes. So I'm flagging my keepers, or if I made a mistake, I can easily hit the U key to remove the flag. Okay, and that's it. So just to tell you what I'm looking for here is things that I'm looking for composition. I'm looking for if my clients look good. I'm making sure that they're in focus, okay? So if it's out of focus, it's gone. If there's a sequence of pictures, sort of like these 2 here, that are very similar, I only keep one. I'm also going to throw away things that are bad smiles or awkward smiles or, awkward posing, that kind of thing. Okay, so let's get ready. You ready to rock and roll? Here we go. I'm going to talk through it, but I'm going to go very, very fast. It should take me about 4 minutes. And the first thing I'm going to say about this image is it's not going to be a keeper because I don't like this tree coming out of her head, which you can see on the next. I already changed that on my few other shots. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's rock and roll. Okay. So you can just look down below and see which ones I'm flagging versus not flagging. You can see I go back and forth when I want to examine facial expressions or making sure that maybe one shot was out of focus, but then the next one is sharper. Remember, fast. You have to be a machine here. So exposure things, I mean, nailing it in camera definitely helps. Whoops, sort of funny smile there. That one I like. You can see the whole shoot here. That one actually looks a little bit soft, so I'm not going to use it. The whole shoot, it was done on the 85mm. It looks like these were at f2, ISO 800. I didn't need to shoot at ISO 800, but I was just making sure that I didn't have too slow of a shutter speed. You can see there's not like there's any grain issues, so no issue with that. And we keep moving on. All right, there we go. My computer slowed down a bit. It doesn't help that my computer is actually been running slow, and the real problem is I'm actually recording this tutorial, which means I have more applications all running at once. So it looks like it's catching up a little bit. The funny thing about this is this is the second time recording this tutorial, because the first time I accidentally didn't realize I recorded the screen that had the timer on my screen. So I laugh because it's my second time doing this. And the problem is I think my computer slowed down a bit because I have the other video editing program open, so that's my bad. But if you see it lag at all, it's not Lightroom's fault, I promise. It actually didn't lag at all in the previous time. It's my computer is just being slow these days. But anyways, so here we're on, this is location number 2. This was actually at my backyard. I say that only to give you a, to remind you, I should say, that it's all about having good lighting, okay? I mean, literally, she's standing underneath a dead tree right there. But the lighting, even though those were a little underexposed, is very nice. We got a little light coming in on her hair. And you, as a photographer, need to get really good at taking great photos in any location, any venue. It's all about the lighting, it's all about the posing, and more importantly, it's about making them look good and feel good. So a lot of when I'm culling through images, I'm looking for what are the things that I am pretty sure they think they're gonna look amazing in, that they're gonna want to hang on their wall, you know, because the first thing that they look at is an exposure. The first thing that they are interested in is, do I look fat? Do I look good? Do I look goofy? In my case, do I look short? Sorry, but yeah, I know you probably haven't met me in person, but I'm only 5'5". I was 5'4" forever, but my last checkup, I was on the chart as 5'5", so gosh darn it, I am now calling myself 5'5", because every inch matters, and I can joke about it with myself. But yeah, bottom line is we all have our insecurities. I mean, that's truth. So your job as the photographer is to make your clients look amazing. And guess what, guys? We are on our last picture here, and we're done. So that literally was about 4 minutes, maybe even a little less. Now I'm going to go in and change this to flagged, because remember, we flagged our keepers. Okay, so we don't need to worry. You don't have to make 2 decisions. You don't have to say, okay, this one's a keeper, this one's a toss out. You just flag the keeper, so then it becomes a very quick decision. Your brain becomes yes, 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 rather than maybes and on a scale, how good is it? It's just a yes or a no. So you can see we start off with 210 photos. We are left with 100 photos. Those are now the official, those are the winners. Our 100 are the winners. So now that's what I'm going to take. That's what I'm going to edit. And I'm going to edit them in literally a matter of 20 minutes for the entire session. I'm going to use my newest Lightroom, Lightnary presets. You can see them right here. Let's go in and do one. I'll show you how easy it is. Let's do Enchanted. No, let's try Dapper Dan. And then I'm going to go ahead and raise the exposure just a little bit. We're going to add some contrast. If I wanted, I can do a little matte effect, but instead I'm not. Noise reduction, no sharpening. And that looks really good, although I am going to warm up their skin tones just a little bit. So I'm going to come over here and just warm up the skin tones. Looks like Lightroom is wigging out on me a little bit. All right, that's a little too warm. So I'm going to just add some touch to it right in there once it shows it. And yeah, that looks really good. So you can see our before and after. So that's basically how I'm going to do it. I'm going to take that edit, I'm going to sort of apply it across the board so they're consistent. Then I'm going to just fine tune white balance and exposure, and I'm pretty much done. So that's how you do it. That's how you become an editing machine. That's how you edit, cull entire sessions in 4 or so minutes. And I hope you learned something. Please do let me know. I always love hearing from you, and I hope this helps you and put some time back into your life. All right, everyone. Talk soon.